So in this video, I'm going to show you what I'm trading on Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid is the best crypto exchange working on chain, and I really love it. Even though the points program finished for now, I think it's amazing. There are many traders using the platform because basically you can do anything you could do off-chain on like Binance, Bybit, MEXC, but it's all on chain. So it's very easy to connect your wallet where you, for example, trade memecoins to your wallet here that you're using for trading perps on majors. So what I'm doing basically here is that I'm using some of the profits of memecoins to actually long Ethereum. I'm one of those guys who are longing Ethereum, and it's not bad. So I've been building this position for quite some time, but basically on different dips, but basically managed to get to like 32 ETH. Of course, that's on 50x leverage, which means that the margin itself is much smaller. I used much less capital, but this finally started to pay off. After the US elections, it seems that the market is running, and especially it seems like ETH is getting up there again. So what I wanted to discuss here is some of the majors, what I'm looking at, and also my strategy around majors. So basically, of course, I didn't trade much BTC. This is the problem that, I wish I had put some positions on BTC because of all the all-time highs as well. I wish I put more into SOL, but because I'm trading meme coins on SOL, I didn't really put anything on leverage here. Also, maybe before talking about leverage, I should mention that crypto is risky, and especially if you use leverage, you can use all your capital very quickly, so you have to understand what you're doing. So nothing here is financial advice. Crypto is risky. I'm only talking about my positions for the documentary and educational perspective. Those kind of gains that I have right now, of course, I lost quite a lot. And if you look at my portfolio, then actually you will see that, the entire PNL right now is positive. It's $9,000, but basically it was pretty much down, and it was down to like minus $8,000 before this breakout right now. So everything can happen, and I'm still holding. I'm not selling, so it can definitely repeat itself. I have a volume of $1,500,000, so that was done on pretty small capital. I think the total equity right now is $23,000. And it was going up and down, and it's mostly because I put this quite risky positions on a dip on ETH right now. So this is definitely here, and I'm mostly trading two coins, ETH and PEPE. So ETH with 50x leverage is it's super risky, I should say the least, but I was buying that on the dips. So I was buying that basically, if we go to ETH, then basically you see that I was buying that around 2,400. I did that buy here, and before that I was opening a bunch of longs even before that. Once we actually got to like 2,300, right? You can see my chart before. I was basically trading a lot when we went quite a lot down, and I was adding to the position, selling a little bit when we got on the pumps, but basically adding. In the end, just holding it was better, and I'm here holding for a bit longer. I think I'm about holding for at least to maybe December, but we're going to see. If the market changes, then probably I will get out of the position. So I just wanted to mention that, but I think we can at least get to $3,000 ETH. This would be a nice mark, maybe 3,200. That would be very, very nice. So this is what I'm looking here with ETH. On the other hand, we have the best beta, in my opinion, when it comes to ETH, because if you miss the rally on ETH, or at least the beginning of it, and we want to have somewhat risky asset, then PEPE might be out there. So PEPE, of course, has a bigger funding rate usually, so you have to be careful. I got one position liquidated here just because I was not careful about the funding, and basically the funding cost made my liquidation price goes up and liquidate everything. So that wasn't really nice. So that was one thing, but basically PEPE is still around $4 billion, and I think it can go to $5-6 billion. It's a much smaller coin, and it's a very recognizable one. It's definitely before its bigger runs. I think the lowest things, you see how close I was to the liquidation here on PEPE. I'm playing with a much smaller capital here, so much smaller gains. This is an isolated position. I don't mix those two, but yeah, you have to be mindful of the funding. right? Because this is something that will keep eating at you if you hold for multiple days. The funding is basically 44% annualized, so you don't want to hold for longer positions. But here we definitely have a good momentum, and going into the end of the year, that might be it. So I'm not much of the swing trader trying to catch all the waves up and down. I prefer to hold for the longer time, and if I see a good price, especially on Ethereum, that I wanted to jump in. So this is what I did. This is what I keep on buying. I think I'm fine right now with Ethereum, looking for definitely taking profits if we go the way up, or maybe if the thesis will get invalidated and we go down, then basically I'll be selling that. PEPE is my smaller position here, but the idea here is that if we'll keep on running, then PEPE will keep on running even harder, and in the end that should be really great. I had much worse entries on PEPE. Unfortunately, I could probably buy around 0.08 or 0.079, something like that, but yeah, it is what it is. I think it's still a good entry right now, 0.1, 0.01. I think it's still a good entry right now, but of course we never know. And there are many other coins that I'm looking at. So some of the coins that I'm looking at, you have on the list here. I have, of course, POPCAT. I have SWI, which made, well, this is very interesting for swing trading, I think, because of some of the FAT appearing. I have TAO, of course, on the list, but I missed the biggest move. That was very interesting when it comes to the AI meta. You could basically buy that for 400 just before the election or on the election day, and it ran to 500. Of course, this is a very risky one. Apart from that, of course, I have WETH. So the top 3 meme coins are PEPE, WETH, and POPCAT, but WETH and POPCAT are on Solana, and already I'm like heavily in Solana ecosystem, especially for smaller meme coins, as you can know from my other videos. So I don't want to add here, but definitely looking at the price, and if the price is interesting, then maybe I will keep on adding, especially with WETH. That might be interesting. If I decide to exit out of PEPE, then I might put some of the profits into WETH. That's the idea here. And finally, we have our token for RWETH. They're doing very interesting stuff around AI. So if the AI narrative, the utility AI narrative will keep on running, then definitely that might be an interesting coin. Again, they did very nicely in the past couple of days with 8% up. So generally speaking, looking pretty good. And what's really cool about Hyperliquid, apart from the fact that it works just perfectly, super fast, you can also sort for different categories, right? Like AI, DeFi, gaming, layer 1, layer 2 meme, and also have a look at different gains. So you can see what's really gaining strength recently. So you can see things like Mudek, Grass, Anna. Those are very interesting. So you have different coins that you can long, especially that you have very different meme coins that you can long with up to 5x leverage. So I don't think they put, you have maybe 20x leverage for SHIB. That's like one of the biggest ones, 20x leverage for Doge. But for the smaller meme coins, that's mostly 10x. Well, for bigger ones like Bonk meme. And then for smaller ones, you have 5x or maybe 3x for the riskier ones. Definitely recommended. You have my link, the referral link in the description. This will get you a little bit of the fees, and it's a win-win scenario. So highly recommended. This is what I use myself for having the positions. Let me know in the comments if you like the video. I can talk more about what I'm doing when it comes to majors, because my strategy in general here is that I want to have both majors and meme coins. So this is kind of a barbell portfolio. I would say, like how the barbell looks is basically you're heavy on both sides. So I don't have anything in between. I don't have like mid caps. I either have super high risk meme coins or majors like Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, PEPE as well. So like multi-billion-dollar coins and nothing in between. So I'm not looking at the coins that are worth a couple of $100 million. Well, of course, maybe some meme coins like maybe GigaChat or Lock-in, Sigma. But basically, I was looking at those coins per $100 million. That's my strategy for this cycle. I want to be like, take some risk of the take some risk of the meme coins and then put that into majors and go between those two. I think this will play pretty nicely, but of course we'll see. Again, nothing here is financial advice. Crypto is risky. Let me know in the comments what you're doing yourself, and definitely go on Hyperliquid. This is the best exchange when it comes to doing leverage on chain. Nothing is better, and the airdrop is coming very soon, which means that this will get even crazier. here because that might be the craziest launch. Afterwards, of course, I'll be documenting everything here on the channel, so subscribe and see you in the next video.